Welcome back, everybody, to another shocking episode of Lockdown 23 in 1. That's right, the two stories I'm bringing your way today absolutely blew my mind. Not only am I going to break down these stories, but we're also going to go into courtroom and witness them get sentenced for their seriously heinous crimes. So as always, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and enjoy all things lockup and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my beautifully assorted playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today. Alright, the first maniac that we're going to be speaking about today is Anthony Lewis Jr. Lewis was accused of killing his mother, Kathy Gwillem, and his stepfather, Robert Gwillem, on July 4th, 2023. He then lingered inside the home until about 11:30 p.m. on July 5th. The DA's office said that he then stole Mr. Gwillem's car and traveled to Pennsylvania, where he was involved in a single vehicle crash. Rotterdam police discovered the bodies of the deceased on July 7, 2023, when responding to a welfare check. Lewis was then taken into custody in Pennsylvania before being extradited on murder charges. Police conducted a homicide investigation in which multiple murder weapons, clothing, and more than 100 DNA swabs were collected. The DA's office said that the State Police Forensics Evidence Center in Albany ultimately matched Lewis's DNA to the connected evidence. Phone records and cell tower data also show that he was in all relevant locations at times that implicated him in the crimes. License plate readers also corroborated Lewis's movement after the homicides. Police also said that two people known to Lewis said he admitted to killing his mother and stepfather on the phone after being taken to custody. Keep in mind, those phone lines are recorded and everyone that's been in the system knows it. It even says it on the call before you make a call. So for him to openly say it on that line, man, he don't care. He knows there ain't no ducking it, so he's embracing it. The defendant admitted to the jury in court that he stabbed his mother and stepfather to death. He said he felt entitled to kill both of them under the direction of a higher power. I've covered many cases where individuals have done some heinous crimes and they claimed it was from their made-up, own twisted religious perspectives. But fortunately, we have a great jury. They deliberated for just a half an hour before convicting him, and now we're going to witness him get sentenced for his crimes. Now keep in mind, before I press play, these are highlighted clips from his sentence and I couldn't find the full thing on YouTube nowhere. So we gotta make do with what we got. But the entertainment value to this one, to say the least, is beyond measure. He's definitely on the top 3 most disrespectful people I've ever seen in the courtroom.
Yeah, I killed him because God told me to. I didn't let him get to the scripture. But you listen to this all day. It's fat and he's a.
Are you really gonna speak like that?
Yeah, it's now listen. God commanded me to kill it, and I did it. I don't care what you sentenced me to today. So I'm looking back out to the grace of God, but you should be worried about yourself. I'm still gonna get out. This sentence don't mean nothing. God got me through the grace of God. And so, all you straight up, I'm good. Hey, done, Mr. Loomis? I'm good through the grace of God.
Now, after hearing all that, can you imagine him walking in your cell as your new cellmate? Hell no, man. You think he's normal? You'd have no earthly idea what he's probably planning and plotting on you. Guy's a fucking maniac, needs to be in a damn tank by himself for the rest of his life under the prison. Bobby, cue it!
You're certainly showing no respect for the court, showing no respect for the victims in this case, or anybody involved.
No respect for God.
Did I cut you off? Did I cut you off? Why are you cutting me off? I let you speak.
It's over.
Are you going to let me speak? I am going to go forward and sentence you. I know you don't care what I sentence you to. And honestly, I don't really care that you care, or do care or not. Count 1, murder in the first degree. I'm going to sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole. I have been in this business for almost 32 years now. And quite honestly, I have to have a poker face up here when people are testifying on the stand and witnesses are on the stand. And if I didn't have to have that face, my jaw would have dropped when you mentioned what you did to these people that loved you.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Maniac number 1. Like I said, I can't even imagine someone like that walking into my cell. Everything's going good till you get to that point in your conversation. What you in prison for, bro? Nothing really, man. God told me to kill my mom and stepdad. Yeah, I'm checking out that cell immediately. Ain't no way I can live with someone like that, man. No way. I probably have and didn't even know it. Crazy to think, too, because I had a lot of cellmates throughout my bids. But moving right along to the next story, a lot of people have been asking me to speak on this individual. Maxwell Anderson, a monster. I'm about to break it down, not to mention we're going to jump into courtroom and witness him get sentenced as well. It says Maxwell Anderson has been sentenced for the murder of a 19-year-old Milwaukee college student, Sade Robinson. But it says here in June, a jury found Maxwell Anderson, 34, guilty on all counts for which he was charged. That included first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, arson, and hiding a corpse. Now, Sade Robinson was reported missing in April 2024 after meeting Anderson for a first date at a Milwaukee restaurant. It says Anderson later killed her at his home on the city's south side, according to a timeline laid out by prosecutors. Anderson dismembered Robinson's body at a park and later set her car on fire, prosecutors said. Parts of Robinson's body were later found at sites throughout the region. Her head has not been found. I am going to look forward to watching this guy get smoked straight to the penitentiary, and I can almost guarantee he ain't going to live too long, because I just read an article that he got transferred to a new prison due to safety concerns. Them dudes in them penitentiaries, man, don't matter where you put them, unless it's in a closet by himself all day, every day for the rest of his life. All prison gangs will be waiting for this guy at any given time to take his life. But my condolences go out to the family. I cannot imagine something like that happening to my daughter, especially on her first date with the guy. Ladies out there, please be careful. But now let's go ahead, slap on those khaki and blouses one more time. We got to jump into the courtroom and witness this monster get sentenced as well. Alright, per usual, the judge is going to give the defendant a chance to speak before he gets sentenced
today and that opportunity for some future release. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Anderson, what would you like to say?
I would like to start by saying that from the bottom of my heart, my deepest and most sincere condolences go out to Sade's family, as well as everyone else affected by this tragedy. That being said, Your Honor, I took this to trial without ever once trying to make a plea deal of any kind, because I did not commit these crimes. And so I plan to appeal my convictions while I hope and pray that further investigations not only prove my innocence, but find and deliver true justice.
Anything else you wish to say?
No, ma'am.
Well, you know, the evidence and the jury of his own peers says otherwise. Homeboy's going straight to Smoketown Central.
But there's no answer that you briefly provided in this pre-sentence that makes even a hint, that even resonates with a hint of truth. So how do we protect society from a man who clearly has had darkness in his past, who engaged in behavior that is, it's the facts that you see written in horror novels.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what we have to determine. And you know, it isn't easy. I can tell you that when you think about, is there ever something redeemable in a person? You'd like to say at some point there is. And I can tell you that at the points in life where I've come to the conclusion that there isn't anything redeemable, you know, you do think about, I think it takes away a little piece of my soul. How come I couldn't find anything good? How come I can't find anything that I can say at some point you'll be a better person?
Because he's a monster.
So ultimately at sentencing, considering the seriousness of the offense, your character, and the needs of society.
Let's go.
This is clearly not a probation case. Probation would unduly depreciate the seriousness of the offense and isn't even allowable under our law. You are sentenced to a term of life imprisonment, and that is what the penalty is for a jury of your peers ultimately coming back and convicting you on first-degree intentional. In this case, I didn't see a restitution request.
We are asking for a restitution hearing, and we've pre-selected a date.
Thank you. We'll be setting restitution off to be determined at a later date. Relative to this matter, I have considered the seriousness of the offense. I have weighed your character, and as I've indicated, I find it wanting. I've also reflected on the needs of society, and are you a good risk? And sadly, you're not.
get that information to you.
Okay. So relative to one moment.
Smell it.
Count 3, arson of property other than building. That's a Class I felony. On that offense, you are looking at a fine of up to $10,000 or imprisonment for not more than 3 years and 6 months, or both.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 monsters sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. They're just too dangerous. Maniacs. And trust me, there's plenty more out there where they came from. So like I said, ladies, fellas, everybody out there, man, you got to be aware at all times. Be careful. Don't talk to strangers, especially if they look like this. But as always, until the next time, y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free.